Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live broadcast. We are so excited to be here today on the official conference and celebration of the Parents and Caregivers Guide. If you can hear us loud and clear, go ahead and put into the chat space your city and state. Let us know where you guys are chiming in from as we are live here with the Parent and Caregivers Guide virtual launch and conference. Again, everybody, welcome. And we're about to get started. Go ahead and put into the chat if you can hear us loud and clear. Ladies and gentlemen, now presenting the lady of the hour, none other than Dr. Myava Clark.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here with us tonight. I am so very excited to be before you to present the introduction of our book. This is a passion project that I am grateful to have been the host of. This book is very, very dear to me. I appreciate the ladies for joining me on this project. So, just to give you a little background, my name is Dr. Myava Clark, and I help women and mothers of children with learning differences to have stronger relationships with their children while helping them stay safe online. Well, I came to this point because I have a son who had some challenges growing up with learning differences, and I had a daughter who had challenges growing up with medical challenges. And when you are in the tension of those two worlds and helping your children and you're navigating life, you come across many challenges. So my husband and I, we had to navigate both the IEP and the 504 plan. So we went to many meetings at the school and we went to many doctor's appointments. So there are times when I felt isolated and we felt like we were in a vacuum and that it was just us navigating life. And what I've learned is it's not just us, it's many people that find themselves in similar situations and challenges. And what I wanted to do was figure out a way how I could support other parents and help them navigate this space in the best way possible. And I wrote my first book, Help, Support for Parents of Children with Learning and Thinking Differences to Feel Confident, Capable, and Fulfilled. And that was based on my journey with my son and navigating the IEP and the school system. I wanted to do something a little more. I wanted more. And in that more was birthed the Parent and Caregiver's Guide, Overcoming the Odds of Disabilities, Medical Challenges, Mental Health Disorders, and Trauma. And as such, instead of doing it by myself, I decided to reach out and to collaborate with other people to hear their stories, because there are power in numbers. And even though people can feel empowered by my story, how much greater would it be to hear the testimonies of other people? So I have 12 co-authors with me on this project. And what makes this project unique is that the first half of the book are parents telling their stories and what they've overcome. And the second half of the book are professionals answering the parents and giving resources. So this is a book that is very, very, very powerful. This book has tools, it has tips, it has stories of overcoming and triumph. So I am pleased to present this book to the world tonight. I am proud of what we have accomplished, and I am honored to bring the panel for you. So, what the night's going to look like is we have 3 panel discussions. I have 12 co authors. We have 3 panels, and that way you can hear from everyone and they'll have good amount of time to speak, and you'll be able to hear their stories. So we'll have 1 panel discussion and we have some giveaways tonight. So if you have not registered, I highly recommend that you register so you can be in the drawing. The only way your name will be called for one of the giveaways is if you are registered. So please register. And then we'll have a second panel discussion, another giveaway, a third panel discussion, and then I will be a keynote speaker, and then we will have our final giveaway for the night. So without further ado, I will bring on the panel. So I will introduce the ladies. At the top left hand corner, we have Mil Hita, and then next to her, we have Miss Shauna Hillard. And the bottom left, we have Miss Diana Jones. And next to her, we have Miss Sonia Harrell. So I am going to ask you ladies all the same questions, and we will start in the order that I called your name. And uh, you will have approximately 2 minutes to answer the question. So, starting with Camille, can you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hello, thank you for having me on here. Well, I am a mother of four, and all my kids have had IEPs. My oldest to my youngest. My oldest is now 20, just a learning disability, a little bit behind with school, and then my two boys also IEPs. So I know that language, Myava, and so I'm married with my high school sweetheart. We've been together. It's going to be 20 years. We're celebrating this weekend in Seattle, actually. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I've been in this world for years and years, and definitely am so excited to be here. But I have been taking this very seriously with what I do, and being in this world, I've been able to help so many people in my community and in my neighborhood, and we've been able to expand our resources to multiple schools in the same district. And we got big plans to make a big conference with the whole school district of over 5 school districts in the city. So it's exciting to be here, but I definitely am um, all kinds of hats, right? As a mom, entrepreneur, a wife, a woman of God, wearing all kinds of hats. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay, thank you. Shauna, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am also like Camille, a mother of four, and yes, and I am here because of my daughter Jenna. Um, Motherhood has been my prize in life. You know, raising my children; they're all adults. My oldest is 33, Jessica. Then Brandon's 31. Jenna, who has autism. She just turned 30, and my youngest son Brent is 26. So that's kind of like my world, navigating life with her right now. So again, my biggest reward and prize, aside from my own personal whatever I want to do, is motherhood, even with adults. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Diana, and Diana has the baby of the bunch. So tell us a little bit about you and how you got here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Diana. I am a mother of two. I have a son and a daughter, Dylan and Aaron. My daughter, Aaron, was diagnosed with autism last year. So what brings me here is the lovely Myava. She is such an inspiration to me. Um, I just actually found my voice to speak about everything that I have been through. Even though my daughter was only diagnosed last year, I have been navigating the truths of her diagnosis well before then because I knew something was going on with her since she was about 5 months old. Um, so I am here today so I can encourage everyone. And I've gotten so much encouragement from these lovely ladies here. So I'm so happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you. Sonia.
Hello, I'm Sonia. I am the proud mother of two children. I have two sons. My oldest, Kyle, is 28, and my youngest, Josh, is 19. They were both diagnosed on the autism spectrum, with autism spectrum disorder. And it was interesting because they presented differently. And so my youngest was actually diagnosed before my oldest child because we kept going and talking to people and I was getting no's and I had to just keep being persistent. So if nothing else, just raising them taught me so much about myself, and just not taking the answer no when you know something is wrong and you have these concerns. You just have to be persistent. But it also made me realize that I have a passion for other people who are experiencing these challenges, and what just want to do whatever I can do to help them. So I was really excited to have this opportunity to share my journey, well, both of their journeys, our journeys together with others, because it's difficult when you feel isolated and you feel like you're the only one. But the truth is we are not alone. Our power is when we come together, share our testimony, and can encourage other people. So I'm just grateful for this opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you. So this time I want to start with you, Shauna. Why did you decide to participate in this project, and what does this book mean to you?
I decided to participate in it, of course, because of you, Myava. I had been, following your work for a while. And then when we finally had that face-to-face interaction, and I just felt your passion, and that you you did understand my journey without me even sharing the whole journey. So when the opportunity came up, I felt that it was, just the perfect timing in my life to really start to tell my story, which is intertwined obviously with Jenna's story. And the idea of collaborating with, all these awesome women, just coming together in a community to tell our stories. It was just a perfect opportunity. And I'm really excited about the lives that are going to be touched through this. So that's what kind of brought me here, is just following your journey, your life touching other lives, which was my life as well.
Oh, I'm blessed and honored to hear that. Thank you.
Of course.
Diana.
So the reason why I decided to do the book was Myava. And also, as I mentioned before, I feel like that I felt my voice, or I was still trying to find my way, because it's hard receiving news, even though you already know, what it is, it's, really hard to take it in. I did a lot of isolation from friends and family. And one day I was registering my daughter to get ABA therapy. And I was talking to the intake coordinator, and she was telling me, she was like, you need to be talking in front of people because you are really passionate about it. Because I'm just telling her about my daughter and, everything. And so that is the reason why I decided to do it, because I feel like I don't need to hide behind her diagnosis anymore. And a lot of people can relate to me, and I can relate to a lot of people in regards to navigating autism and everything else that comes with it.
Awesome. Thank you. Sonia?
My interest in the book, really, I guess, the idea of being having the opportunity to collaborate with other women who could share their perspective, just so it wasn't just, it was a good beginning. This is the way I look at it, as a great beginning. And I thought about the impact that it could possibly have, and the impact that I wanted it to have on other people. Because one of the things for me, I feel like, where would I be without the resources that I was able to obtain during our journey? So I wanted to actually become a resource for other people. So this was a great opportunity. So you and I always talk about our journeys and different things. I was like, oh, this is a perfect example, a perfect opportunity to be able to provide, just by sharing and offering, what our experiences were, a resource for other people and encourage them.
Thank you. Camille?
Yeah, I have a mission to help moms uncover their identity by creating a life of flexibility and freedom. And I feel like I've been doing that for so long with this community, with the special needs community, special day class parents, and through household management, time management, resources that we have with the state and the funding that we get and all these things. But when I talked to Myava and I met her, she gave me her book Help, and she really inspired me to speak about this in a different way, where I can really share these resources in a more abundant way, as I've been given these gifts abundantly as well. And so I relate to all of you, and being able to share this with other parents that feel alone, and it's not that way. I'm sure you've heard of your mess becomes your message, and I really want to. I'm on this mission because I want to help women uncover their identity, but also rediscover who God is in all of this. And it's just been so rewarding just to receive it right back when we give back to these moms, and these parents, these families. And so to partner up with Myava and all these other women here in this book has been such a blessing. I cry every time I read my chapter. I don't know. But it's really powerful, and I'm just so grateful to know more people with more resources now.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, I am just blessed to have each of you with me. And I was asked, well, which chapter is the best? And I'm like, you don't understand. They're all equally as powerful. Everyone's story is different. And what I like about this is we all have had some really, really tough times and trials that we had to overcome or navigate. In spite of that, this is the most positive book. This is the most inspiring book. Like, no matter what each of us have gone through, we don't look at it as a setback or anything, even though we navigate, and life has been challenging. And some of us are actively going through challenges like real time today, and still showed up and still put ourselves aside to pour out so other parents and could be blessed by this. So now I will go to Diana, and I will ask you, what is the one thing that you want the reader to take away from your chapter in this book?
I want them to take away the fact that you really don't have to hide behind a diagnosis. You just have to embrace it. And your children are going to be who they're going to be. And um, you just have to, live life and just go through it. Like I'm actively learning that. It was hard to come to. And I want to make a correction. My daughter was diagnosed in 2022, not 2023. I'm sorry. So it hasn't been long that I have been going through it, but I have been going through the motions. I still am. Um, my life is changing so much, and I always have been scared of change. Like I always have been afraid of things changing around me. But having a daughter with autism, um, and secondly, but then having a son who is not autistic, things are so different. So I thought things were going to be the same as, I had my son. I thought everything was going to be so easy. And then, boom, I get the diagnosis and, things are so different. So I just want everyone to embrace life and do not be afraid of change, because on that other side is a rainbow. It may have bumps and everything like that, but you'll get through it and then you'll be right back up.
Nice. Sonia, same question. What do you want people to take from your chapter?
I would like people to take away that it doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter how you began, where you were. You will not stay in that place. The more understanding that you gain, the more resources that you gain, things will improve. Like the perfect example for me is just understanding how important routine is. So I would prepare my children. I started when they were younger, just telling them, like, okay, let's say this is Monday, we have an appointment on Friday. Telling them we have our calendar so they can see the calendar. We talk about what's coming. So as long as I prepared them for it, the transition was much smoother. But of course, we don't usually do that. I mean, in a way we do because we prepare ourselves. We use calendars for ourselves, but you don't think about that until you're trying to transition. So just understanding that just because you start at a certain place, you're not going to stay there. It's going to improve and you will figure out how to navigate and become more comfortable with it.
Okay. Thank you. Camille?
Well, I want to tell my readers that think about what your life is right now and really think about what you prayed for, you have it. And I say that because a long time ago, I prayed, oh God, how can I be a better mom? And then my son wasn't walking at 18 months old. I thought something definitely is wrong. And so when we got him checked and we found out he has autism, you know, we got our patients tested, and all kinds of stuff, and have been strengthened through that. My marriage is so much stronger, and we're so much more patient with each other, but also with our children. And you're right, they're different. Our kids, Dayona, our kids are different. I have the 4, and when we found out my last daughter had mild autism, when they say spectrum, it's a big spectrum, and they're different, but it's a different kind of autism. And even though it's frustrating, it's messy, and like Sonia said too, like you just got to start. And when we are stuck in that place of the unknown, not knowing what to do, gosh, it seems like a lot, just go for it anyways, and your confidence will build, because with wisdom and knowledge and experience, we will get better. We will know better, and we can't unlearn what we learn, right? And so I definitely just encourage my readers that just do it wholeheartedly. Do it in a way where you do it with wholesome language. And there's going to be times when you're frustrated. That's when you turn to him. You turn to him and you give him your frustrations. You give him what you're upset about. You give him your worries, because he will provide provision. And so
Yeah, thank you. I agree. Shauna.
Um, I guess I will want my readers to walk away knowing that they should focus on the care and not the cure. Because I think so many times we scramble trying to fix our children, and the reality is they're not broken. So, with that said, you focus on the care, and by focusing on the care, especially for me, going through this whole journey, because now my daughter is 30 and she was originally diagnosed when she was 10 with Asperger's. Of course, now it's all autism. But by me focusing on her care, I was able to become an advocate. Um, Now, as an adult, I'm her thought partner. I'm helping her to navigate, the things that she wants out of life, and helping her to learn how to use her voice because it matters. And as she would say, she likes to think about her abilities and not her disability. So I really want people to take away the fact that there is a journey. It's not an easy journey all the time, but then life isn't easy. Even when you think you have it all together, it's still not easy because life is not something that we can just, navigate and manipulate. It's going to happen, and we have to show up and do what is needed in the moment. So that's what we have to do for our children and teach them eventually to do for themselves as well. So I just want people to know that God's grace is sufficient and you are going to be able to get through. Sometimes it's going to be day to day, sometimes it's minute to minute. But the bottom line is you just keep waking up, showing up, and meeting whatever the needs are. And to build your support system, you got to have community. Like Camille said, you got to have community. I kind of liken it to having a board of directors. On the board of directors, everybody has a function, an expertise. So put together your child's board of directors, people who can help them in areas that maybe you can or where you kind of grow weary. So that's what I want people to know, especially you all with younger children. It gets, I don't want to say better. It gets better. It falls. It's like a graph, but definitely just stay in there and hear your child. Listen to them. Listen to
Okay.
them.
Thank you. Thank you. And so I have the final question for you ladies. And this is, you can answer it one of two ways or both. What support or resources can you give a parent to help them along their journey? Or how can they get in touch with you? And do you have any kind of freebie or anything that you want to support them? So I will start with Sonia.
Okay. The one thing I would say I would want my readers to know to have as a resource is to be mindful that early intervention is key. The earlier you admit to yourself that something is off, it's not right, you don't have to know what it is, the better off that you will be, because now you're seeking help. Once you get the diagnosis, it is challenging, but then you can start doing all the things that help your child and prepare them to be able to navigate things for themselves in this world. um that's definitely, I feel like, then you can build, like Shona, you were saying, your community, your support community. You can build that around you, but you can't do that unless you acknowledge, identify, I should say, what the area of concern is. What are we working on? And then you can build everything else. So I feel like when you do that, you're really setting yourself up for success. Um, and what's the second part? I'm sorry.
So just how can they get in touch with you?
Okay. Um, how can they get in touch with me? I am. I'm sorry. Oh, you're in front of me. Um, my website. Okay, that's the easiest thing. My website is listed, but it's my name, SONJAHARRELL.com. and I put resources on there. I think that's the best way.
All right. Thank you, Camille.
So if you're in Southern California or California area, I'm more than happy to connect with you and show you all the ways where you can get funding, the support you need, even free resources to help you with your IEP, getting an advocate that way for no cost. If you're looking to build your community in your public school or even private, I don't think they'd have in private schools, but public schools, if you're looking to really build that community and get started, reach out to me on Instagram. I'm always on there. So if you want to reach out to me on Instagram, it's my Camille Hida _ is my handle. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you and get you started to build a community that you deserve and that other moms and other parents are looking for.
Awesome. Thank you, Shauna.
The resource, the main thing is really position yourself to be an advocate and to speak the language of special education, because that will be your greatest weapon to help your child. I ended up becoming a trained advocate and a parent consultant with the agency. I live in Delaware. I'm originally from Philadelphia. So if anyone is in, pretty much a tri-state area, I'm really familiar with the ins and outs of, this world of special education and advocacy. And you can either email me, SV as in Victory Hillard, HILLARD @gmail.com, or again, Instagram, SV Hillard on Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
So I will also say I have two resources. Early intervention was like the best thing that ever happened because it really set the process up for me to get ready for all the different types of therapy, and they walked me through everything. So I was used to doing a lot of things with that, and also I would say social media. I follow a lot of different influencers who have children with developmental delays and like autism. They give all types of tips, and they give resources for funding. I've watched plenty videos and read plenty articles where they're giving a lot of insight, because we really need that. So it can be found on social media as well. It's really a big help for me as well.
So awesome. Well, ladies, thank you for joining me again. Thank you for being on panel 1. I think you did a phenomenal job, and I appreciate you all very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hey there, parents. Imagine a world where your children can navigate social media with ease and understanding. Let me introduce you to Cason LLC. Formed in 2017, Cason helps kids safely explore the digital landscape. They focus on social-emotional development, bullying identification, and mental health. Cason prepares kids for social media readiness. They also cover perseverance, mindset, and video games' effects on the brain. Cason provides resources for parents to engage in meaningful conversations about internet use. Organizations like Camp Extreme endorse Cason's platform. Cason offers support for children with learning differences. Based in Pennsylvania, Cason's reach is global. Let's embrace this resource and make the online world safer for our kids. With Cason LLC, the future of internet safety looks brighter than ever.
Did you talk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Be quiet.
Come on back up.
I can't hear you.
Maybe if I pushed on mute, it might work. What an awesome first panel one. Congratulations on that. And now what we're going to do, Dr. Myava, is we're going to do some giveaways. But if we can, real quick, just I want to shout out some of the people that are in the chat because you have a lot of people that are here in the chat. So let me just shout out a few of them. And then we'll discuss what it is that we're going to be doing on this very first giveaway. So let's shout out. Let's go ahead. We have Carmela here. I think your son, is this your son right here, Chris the Cool?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
your son is watching. Hey. We have Roxy J. Hello.
Roxy.
We have here Helen. She says, congratulations, Dr. Corbet. So grateful to have benefited from your professional and ministry partnership. Sandra says, good evening, ladies. Congratulations. Dr. News says, hey, Dr. Myava Clark, PhD, RRT, MPS, and everyone. All right. She says, happy Wednesday to you as well. We have Lady Vantil who says, awesome. Congratulations. Keep on inspiring and shining. Also, Big Bear Lady, congratulations. Let's see. Paulette says, good evening, all. Listen, everybody that is here in the chat, make sure as well, guys, if you have not already registered, you definitely want to go ahead and get registered. You want to make sure that you get yourself registered. You know what? I realized what I did. I got to make sure I upload this to the... Maybe not. Yeah, I messed it up. So you guys want to make sure you go to this right here. Hold on one sec. I want y'all to be able to see it so you can come and register because we're about to do a giveaway. I don't want y'all to miss out on these opportunities. So again, oops, wrong one. We have here we go. Comments. There we go. All right. So let me see. Super proud. Okay. So you're going to go to the Overwhelmed Parents Guide, parentsguide.com, register. But we have our first group of giveaways right now, Dr. Myava. And I want you to share with everybody, what is it that we're giving away? What are we giving away right now?
We are giving away a $25 Amazon gift card.
Now, how many of us know that we've probably been on Amazon today? Okay, I just want to make sure. So this is a $25 gift card. So let's go ahead and share our screen. If you don't see yourself on the screen, guys, then that means you need to make sure, if you haven't already gone to the overwhelmedparentsguide.com, please go there. Dr. Myava, as well as all of our fellow co-authors, have so much that's going to be going on. We don't want you to miss out on it. So let me go ahead and share the screen so we can get this party started. All right. Here we go. So now, hold on. Let me make sure I have the audio. I guess it's going to share the audio. I hope so. Also share the audio. Yes, perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and share. Now, if your name is selected, I'm going to put at the bottom of the screen. This is the link. So if your name is selected, it's only going to be one name per drawing. You need to go to that link. It's literally the same link you went to register, just / here, only the one person. So we'll know because we're going to call your name. So please, if your name is selected, because you got to be here to win, go and fill out that form. All right, Dr. Myava, let's go ahead and spin for the win.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Congratulations. We have Rashida Williams.
Yay.
So Rashida Williams, if you are watching, please go to that link, the overworldparentsguide.com / here. Only Rashida, nobody else. Just Rashida. Please go over there so that we know that you were here to see this. And now, Dr. Myava, it's time for another panel. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it back to you so that you can get us started.
All right. We're waiting for the ladies to come. Oh, just so you'll know, I think I said it, but I'll say it again. This book was written in such a way that the first half of the book are parents telling their stories, and the second half are professionals that are answering the parents. What's unique about this panel that's coming up now is these ladies are not only parents that have navigated some of this, or caregivers that have navigated some of this, but they're also professionals. So they're going to give a unique spin on a perspective, because some of their answers may be from that of from a parent's perspective or the professional perspective. Hello, Dr. Perry. How are you?
Hello, Dr. Myava. It's great to be here tonight with you, as always.
They're good. We have a couple more people that may be having a little technical difficulty, so we'll give it a second. And if not, the floor will be yours until someone comes on, and so you'll be able to speak. Um, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to ask you a question, and if others, as they chime in, I will readdress the questions to them. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely.
So tell me about yourself and um, whatever you want to share about you.
Well, first and foremost, I think it's important to know my chapter is called Unbreakable Spirit. And that is because myself, I am a product of the system. And so, therefore, I have become very passionate about helping others professionally as well as personally. With that being said, I am a grateful mother of two boys, 15 and 26. They were both born with unique disabilities as well as some medical challenges, um, some being autism, others being depression. And so we've struggled throughout. My husband and I, Lonnie, we're very close as well, and we work closely with our children. The one thing I want you to know about me is that I've continued to just be inspired by Dr. Myava. We have a unique history, personally and professionally, and I guess I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I hail from Philadelphia, West Philadelphia. Again, I am your unlikely success story, and I pride myself very much in being the underdog and overcoming adversity. And so that passion, I build that into my children to be determined. And I look forward to sharing more. Dr. Myava.
Okay. Why did you decide to participate in this project, and what does the book mean to you?
Mm. Well, Dr. Myava, I have to say you first and foremost. Um, I met you at a very unique, pivotal role professionally, working with Chris, and I think that that was an amazing experience because I not only got a chance to witness what could happen when the right services and supports are in place, but I got to witness how you advocated for your son as a parent. Um, and that inspired me because of the work I was doing, but it allowed me to know that even though he was about 4 or 5 at the time, that it was going to be okay. That if I kept steadfast and I was determined, and I kept pushing for what was right, you were my role model. You became a role model to me. So that is why first I chose to do the book. But also, I think it's important for people to know that they're not alone, specifically parents. Um, Sometimes you just think you're the only one that's dealing with it because you don't hear about it. And even the professionals that you work with oftentimes have the same experiences, but you may not hear about it.
Yeah, I want to go to that because she worked with Chris when he was in OVR. You want to talk about what that is, and then I'll share something.
Absolutely. So, um, again, we're here in Pennsylvania. So, the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, they primarily support individuals with disabilities to obtain competitive employment. The work that I was doing at the time, I'm a social worker by profession, and my job was as a early reach coordinator is what they called us. But my job was to prepare students between the ages of 14 to 21 to be prepared to transition, specifically those with IEPs and 504s. I took it upon myself to kind of tailor my specific area to work individually with students. And Chris was referred to me by the high school, and then I got introduced to Dr.
There you
Myava,
go.
who never left his side. So that work was to get him prepared for the real world, but also to support parents and to help advocate for them on their behalf as well, when they don't have the stamina or even the energy sometimes to know what resources are out there.
Yeah, and you were huge for us. I appreciated what you had to offer to my son and to the family. You always were there to listen and validated him and me with my concerns. So I was grateful for that. But what I appreciated the most is you held him accountable and you made him perform because you knew he was capable. And I appreciate that. So I'm going to bring, if she doesn't stop disappearing off of the screen. Well, I'll just go ahead and finish with you because I'm not sure how this technical difficulties are going to pan out. What is the one thing that you want the reader to take away from your chapter of the book?
Um, wow, there's so many things that I would love to say. I want parents and caregivers to know that it is your inherent right to fight for your children. Um, you don't need anyone's permission. At times, you may feel like that, but you do not need any professional or personal individual's permission. In addition to that, be determined. Don't refuse to settle for anything less than what they deserve and for what you deserve. There are certain things in place that each parent should know about. In addition to that, I think it's important to know that, and we've said this already in some of our chapters, but remember that life is not what happens to you, but how you decide to respond to it, how you decide to react. And as long as you are contributing, you are developing seeds and planting seeds in your children. And one day they will blossom. You'll get to see them. Maybe slow and steady, but just keep watering them.
Awesome. Can't agree with you more. I was going to go to her, but she disappeared. So, what support or resources can you offer parents to help them on their journey? And also, how can they get in touch with you? And if she doesn't come back on, I have a follow-up question.
Okay. Um, so, some resources. One, I want you to realize that you have resources already within. That is the strength, the grit, and resilience. And sometimes we forget about that. But there are some things that I always educate parents and caregivers that there are some legalities that you just need to know. So be open and willing to learn. Um, be willing to say, I need more information and hold people accountable. Um, with that being said, we already talked about one resource, the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. As your children get ready, that's part of early intervention, which is when they're earlier, younger. But as they get into school, into high school, and you're preparing them for work, connect with these resources that are in your community. Um, they're there for a reason, and it is your right.
It is your right.
Oh, and how can people get in contact with me? Um, Best way to get in contact with me, I am on LinkedIn. Um, you can look for me under Dr. Stephanie Perry. I'll pop up, and
Like my
I
eyes.
believe that's LinkedIn backslash CIS
More
2023.
camera.
I also have a consultant business. working with social service organizations to ensure that they are providing quality services. So you can also reach out to me on that extent as well. Dr.
Okay.
Maeva,
Yes.
it seems like
Thank
it's
you.
just you and I today.
Yeah, so we'll just keep going now. So do you want to share how you help and what you do now to provide food? And they were actually talking. So if you would provide your contact again, just to make sure that people heard you.
Oh, absolutely. Um, I'll give you my email address as well. So you can reach me at schulerperry@outlook.com. And I'll spell that out. That's SHULER, Perry, PERRY, @outlook.com. If you have LinkedIn, I am on LinkedIn. It would be CIS 2023. Or you can look me up as Dr. Stephanie Perry. I will pop up. What else was there, Dr. Maeva?
What are you doing now, and how
Okay.
can you serve now that you're not with OVR? Like, what other capacity and professional way do you offer services?
So currently, right now, I still work for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, but I'm doing a little bit of different work, which is similar to what Dr. Maeva is doing with protecting teens and youth online. Is that I'm helping develop digital equity and broadband access. So, how does that help individuals? For our most vulnerable, our individuals with disabilities, our students that don't have access to internet, um, we are administering those grants. In addition to that, outside of my employment with the Commonwealth, I have my own consulting firm. It is called Crown Innovative Solutions, and I work directly with social service organizations that need to enhance and expand their leadership development and also strategic planning.
Awesome. See, you still give back. Is there anything else you wanted to add from a parent perspective of
Um,
navigating the space?
Depending on what your supports and resources are, it's important to be grounded in some type of spiritual belief. Mine specifically is Christ. I believe in God. It can be different for each person, but you have to be founded and have some type of supports or resources around you, whether that's family, friends, um, connect with other individuals in your community. I think that's really important. If it was not for me wanting to know more and meeting Dr. Myava as well as Chris, because I learned a lot from Chris, um, as well as you and your family. And I learned that, having those connections, because it's not enough just to study it, it's not enough to go to school and learn it. Because when you're in the thick of it, it's different. And so be mindful about that, but also make sure that you're connecting with those around you. There's a lot of parents, even if you choose to like start your own support group, that is something that people would gravitate towards.
Okay. Well, as we wrap up our segment, our one-on-one segment, I just want you to know I thank you for honoring me. I thank you for sharing with me what I meant to you, because I never knew that in real time, because you never broke your professional role. You never broke um, that at all. So you kept a very professional relationship. So I never knew how you were watching me until years later. And here's a testament to you and the person and the professional that you were. We kept in touch even after Chris graduated. We would see each other periodically, or we were LinkedIn connections, and we stayed in touch. And then when Chris and I started the business, we reached out to you to get your opinion and your feedback, and you gave it to us, and you supported us, and you loved what we were doing. But I want to thank you for taking the time to care. I want to thank you for taking the time to not blow my son off, or not to blow me off, because we were a job. But I thank God for bringing us together. I thank God for you caring. And I thank God for you showing up today and caring in a different way. And I thank God that you weren't selfish and you shared with me what I meant to you and what Chris meant to you. So on that, thank you very much for this one-on-one interview. You did a fabulous job. And
Likewise, Dr. Myava.
I'm not sure what happened to the other panel, but maybe we'll pick some up on the third panel. Well, you have a good evening. God bless you and your family. Talk to you later.
You too, Dr. Myava.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Hey there, parents. Imagine a world where your children can navigate social media with ease and understanding. Let me introduce you to Cason LLC. Formed in 2017, Cason helps kids safely explore the digital landscape. They focus on social-emotional development, bullying identification, and mental health. Cason prepares kids for social media readiness. They also cover perseverance, mindset, and video games' effects on the brain. Cason provides resources for parents to engage in meaningful conversations about internet use. Organizations like Camp Extreme endorse Cason's platform. Cason offers support for children with learning differences. Based in Pennsylvania, Cason's reach is global. Let's embrace this resource and make the online world safer for our kids. With Cason LLC, the future of internet safety looks brighter than ever.
Calling all authors of all genres. Taria Vision-Avant here, and this is your invitation to shine with the trademarked and nationally recognized Author All-Stars magazine. We have your golden ticket to global recognition and unparalleled networking. Listen, if you are an author, no matter how long you've been one, we want you to be a part of this magazine. But the challenge is we only accept 50 people. Last year we had over 1,000 people to actually apply, and we did over 200 interviews, and we selected 50 people to be a part of the magazine. Well, this year we know that that number is going to grow. This magazine is an ocean of opportunities with our extensive distribution across 500 outlets globally, ensuring your work not only reaches but impacts a diverse audience. We're going to actually have the award ceremony in Atlanta, Georgia on December the 6th, where you get an opportunity to come on out, dress up, and be recognized as one of the 50 Author All-Stars. But first, you actually have to apply. Once you apply, if selected, we have two different options that you can choose from. We have the listing feature, where we spotlight your journey on a 2-page spread with a group of articles, testimonials, and sponsors. You actually get to include sponsors to be a part of this. Or you may select our higher level, where we only have 5 of these packages available, our cover story feature, where you will get a 4-page spread. You will get additional media exposure and our VIP seating at the Author All-Stars Conference. Listen, if you want to be a part of this magazine, all you need to do is go to authorallstarsmagazine.com, apply today, lock in your spot. Look out for the interview though, okay? So if you are selected, we will interview you and select you to be a part of this magazine. Can't wait to see you there. Congratulations in advance.
Hello. You're on mute.
There we go. Dr. Myava, we're about to do another giveaway. So what do we have today on this next one? And also, while we go over that, I'm going to shout out some of those you guys who are watching live in the chat. But what do we have for the second giveaway, Dr. Myava?
This time we have a $25 Visa gift card.
Ooh, so now you can spend it where you please. Okay. So let's shout out some of the folks in the chat. Paulette said, congratulations. Sandra says, awesome information and resources. Sorry about that, y'all. I got my sexy voice on and it got a little cough behind it. That's all that is. But anyway, Shauna says, hey, sis Lynn. And so, hello, everybody that is watching us live for this incredible conference. Well, let's go ahead, Dr. Myava, and do the giveaway. So, let me see. Let's see. Shares a screen. It was already shared, but that's okay. We're going to do it again. All right, here we go. So let's spin for the $25 Visa card. By the way, even if, guys, you're like, I don't need the gift card, but I want to know more about these resources. I want to know more about what Dr. Myava and all of the authors are doing. Please still register so that you can be updated. But let's go ahead and spin for the win.
Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Oh,
Pearl Webster.
Congratulations, Pearl.
Well, congratulations to Pearl for winning. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pass the mic back over to you. I think we have everybody that is on too for our next panel. So I'll play a little plug and then we'll bring up the plant.
Okay. Hello, hello, hello.
Good evening.
Wait a minute, let me see. Is Althea coming?
Hello.
Hi, everyone. So, everyone, this is our professional panel. These ladies were willing to participate and come on with me and share their pearls of wisdom from their professional perspectives. And I just want to thank you all. So we have Miss Tamika Mitchell, we have Dr. Shanda Corbett, and we have Dr. Crystal Gill. Yay, thank you, ladies. So what I'm going to do is just go around and ask the each of you the same questions. And again, we have a couple minutes to answer a piece. So I will start with you, Tamika, and start by telling me a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, thank you so much. I mean, I'm thrilled to be on the panel, and it's been an amazing journey. So again, my name is Tamika Mitchell. I am a mother of two brilliant children, Cortland, who's 7, Camlin, who's 3. I'm a wife, I'm an author, and I believe my superpower is a motivator. So I love to motivate moms. So you'll see my handle is Chief Mom Motivator. And so I've been on this journey of unpacking my own birthing experiences and also making sure that I am a more informed advocate. And I had the honor and pleasure of just being amongst greatness in this authorship with the 12 other ladies, led by the phenomenal Dr. Myava, who's just been a godsend. So it's been an amazing experience and looking forward to share more.
Awesome. Dr. Shanda?
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Shanta Corbett, and it's been an honor and privilege to be on this journey with all the authors and my soror, Dr. Myava. You've been awesome, just motivating us all and inspiring us all to write and to share our stories. I've been blessed to be able to be a psychologist for over 20 years and be able to touch the lives of parents and caregivers. I'm a caregiver myself of my father who has dementia diagnosis. However, in this role, I was just writing about my experiences of working with parents who have lost children to sudden infant death syndrome, and also caregivers who have been sometimes children caring for moms, even away from home, and also caregivers. I work with nurses and other members of our diverse interdisciplinary team at the job that I hold, and it's trying to help them and family members navigate grief and loss. And it's a journey. But I'm so glad to be a part of this project that really conveys hope to every season that we're in. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And Dr. Chris.
Good evening, sorors. Um, I am Chris Roy Gill. I am the proud principal, or I'm sorry, recently retired proud principal of a K-8 school in Philadelphia. In my 34 years in the educational system, I began in the private sector as a special education teacher. And what I took notice of in that private sector was the degree of care, the degree of knowledge that the parents were provided and that they carried with them. Conversely, when I went into the public school setting, I wasn't seeing that same level of knowledge. I wasn't seeing the same degree of, I don't want to say care at all. It's not care, parents not knowing what they don't know. So, as a teacher, I took on the role immediately to ensure that my parents were educated to the needs of their students, what the acronyms all meant, because there we were having IEP meetings with several acronyms, and the necessity of making that language accessible to parents. And then, as an administrator, it was my quest again to ensure that my teachers, under my leadership, made sure that this was a partnership, one that parents were brought into the fold, that they were educated, and that they could access the resources, and that building capacity in those parents so that there was not this need to feel that you were, number one, in it alone, and number two, that there was any type of fight between the school team and the parent in the community, that we were trying to connect them with the additional resources. My 34 years, as I said, began as a special ed teacher. I feel like even though my role was that as a principal, I still ended as a special ed teacher.
You know, you said something to me that's powerful in the sense that you wanted to reach back and give the parents the support because they didn't know. And that's powerful to me because I didn't have that. Right?
Yeah, you know,
But
listening to you, that's what I didn't realize, the number of parents who did not have the support, because
mhm,
from the time that I was a teacher and all the way through my career as an administrator, again, requiring that from my teachers, both general ed and special ed, that the parent be educated and be brought into the fold. So I hear this from the panelists, and it grieves me greatly because I really feel like my efforts and the efforts of those in my immediate area, my colleagues, that we're more the norm than not. But I hear from others that that hasn't been everyone's experience, and I get that. But that's why my chapter was about building bridges, because we felt that that was our goal, and that was our task as professionals and as a member of the team with the parents. You know,
right.
it's without a doubt that they can't be in this alone. And we were a pre-K to 8 school, so we were getting those toddlers in and recognizing needs and services that had to be provided.
Well, the reason why I wrote help support for parents of children with learning and thinking differences to feel confident, capable, and fulfilled was because I didn't have that help.
Mm-hmm.
And I am blessed and fortunate enough to have been a college educated woman and also a married woman with my husband at the time. You know, we were navigating life together as we still are, but I'm saying during these times, and it was still overwhelming and frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't feel the support of the school. We felt like it was us against them, kind of, until we cultivated, because we weren't going away, and we advocated and we cultivated a rapport where we were the inspiration to become more of a team than not. They didn't bring us in. They kind of gave in because we weren't going anywhere. And my thing is for people that are either single parents or uneducated or undereducated or just don't know where to go or what to do. What do they do? Where do they go? And that's why I'm on this journey to help people so they don't feel alone, so they can feel supported. And in this book, we are proof positive that they're not alone. And we're going to figure a way to keep it going so we can keep giving back. Okay. I wasn't supposed to do all that talking. But starting with Dr. Shanda, why did you decide to participate in this project, and what does this book mean to you?
Well, thank you again for the opportunity to participate in this project. Through talking with you, you're such an inspiration. And I felt that this was a project that I could share some of the strategies that I've learned myself, but also in working with clients to help them navigate grief and loss, because it is challenging. And it's also challenging for those who are wanting to know how to best support people who are grieving, because sometimes people don't know what to say. They don't realize just the gift of presence is a powerful gift, because sometimes there's simply no words, but you could give that gift. And I wanted to be able to just share just some lessons I've learned, and be able to share in this chapter. It's powerful. It's my first authorship project that I'm on this journey with all of you on. And so it was a great opportunity for me to launch out and to publish something other than my dissertation. And to be a part of this great group that's been so inspirational. And so I really, again, thank you for allowing me to be able to be on this journey with you all. It's been wonderful.
Awesome.
So it's an important project. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Chris?
I'm going to say again, I think I alluded to it briefly, that it is important to me, and I'll be perfectly honest, to tell the urban educator's perspective, because we are putting in numerous hours trying to provide a classroom environment or school environment that is conducive to meeting the needs of our special needs students. And that's whether they be on the spectrum, whether they be learning disabled, whether they be speech impaired, whether they are physically disabled, or whether they are trauma students. We work tirelessly to create these environments, and we're not often understood as being a member of that team. We want to make sure that our stories get told. Now, when I tell you hours, I can be sitting at my dinner table and teachers are texting about ideas that they really are putting their all in all into this. This is not a job that comes with a financial, well, they do have their biweekly reinforcement. However, it's not anything that they're going to get rich from. There really is a, selfless job that they feel their satisfaction in the growth and the gains that their students make. That goes a little bit further than just paying the gas bill. So I wanted to get the urban educator story out there, and the amount of work that we do when we want to build that sense of community with parents, and the fact that we've been so very successful. My school was an arts integrated elementary school, and the parents, when they would come to see our shows, they didn't expect to see their child, their autistic child, up on stage performing the way he or she was, integrated in with the general ed as intensely as he or she was. So it's out there, it's there, but I felt very adamant that our story needed to get told as part of the team, as part of the project, as part of the community, that it doesn't always often get told, and we're not always given the credit from the district level. So we definitely need our parents to know how much we are in it with them and for them.
Thank you. Tamika?
Yes, so my perspective is coming from the parent side. My topic or chapter is titled Championing PMAD Awareness, and PMAD is perinatal mood and anxiety disorder. And so being a mother who experienced postpartum anxiety and feeling so isolated, alone, and paralyzed, not knowing the words to express how I feel in order to get the help that I needed, and making sure that we all unpack our birthing experiences. To this day, I'm amazed by simply asking the question, tell me more about your birthing experience. There are mothers whose children are 20 or 30 or 12, and then talk about it as if our children are the same age, because they never had the opportunity to do so. And so right now we have a preventable burden in the United States as it relates to untreated maternal mental health. And it's costing us billions, with the B, billions of dollars for untreated maternal mental health. And so, through my own research and also creating a community so that we empower and uplift mothers to share their birthing experience, so that we can all make sure and reiterate the theme of this entire session is that you're not alone, that there's resources that are available, and give yourself permission to express your experiences.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies, I'm going to start with Dr. Chris. What is the one thing that you want the reader to take away from your chapter in this book?
I'm going to say again, it's a common theme that you are not alone. You're not alone. And I can imagine how paralyzing that feeling must be for parents, which is another reason why from the very beginning that I took the role as the educator on so very seriously. You're not alone. We are here for you and with you in this struggle. I get it. We don't go home to it, but a lot of times we don't leave it at the door either at 3:00.
I am glad to hear you say that, and I hope that it's more the norm than not, even when we're not privileged to knowing where you are and what's in your head, because you are speaking as the professional. So sometimes you can't say everything to the parent because
Right.
you can't cross the line. But I just hope that that's more the norm than not, and we just don't know it. So thank you, Tamika.
What first, I want to let all of the parents know that I am so proud of you. There is no handbook for this thing. And your version of hard is okay. And you give yourself grace. And when you think about those tough times that you're having, and you need to lean on your support, because no one can help you unless you verbalize and express that you need some type of help. And for my support systems out there too, I know you come with love, but don't start your love and statements with what you need, what you should be doing, or what you need to be doing. No, we want to take that a step back. We want to listen. We want to have a space of compassion for the people that are brave enough to share how they're feeling and what they're going through, and hold their hand through it.
Thank you. Dr. Shanda?
And just hope that there's hope, as you all shared. There are people out there to help support you. You're not alone. And there are people there to just be present and to listen, to give you an opportunity to share and be heard and validated for your feelings. It's okay to not be okay. And it's important to say that so that people can reach in and offer you some support. And you can let it marinate for a minute. And then when you're ready, you can receive that support. But know that there is hope.
Thank you. So, ladies, now I would like for you to take time to either give a resource that you can share with the parent, as well as how they can contact you if they want to work with you, or if you have a freebie or something for them to download or whatever. So now I just want you to give a resource or how they can contact you. And we'll start with you, Tamika.
All right, sounds good. So as you are continuing to be the best version of yourself, if you happen to take a pause on social media, I am at chief_mom_motivator on social media. Also visit maternitymotivation.com. For those who actually subscribe, I'll definitely send you a special invitation to an upcoming event, whether you're in Georgia or not. through Postpartum Support International. They're hosting a virtual Black Maternal Mental Health Summit on November the 2nd. I will be delighted to have you online virtually or in person, and I can send you the details to register as well. I'd love to share a book that actually is my love letter to mothers. It's titled Mom, You Did It. It's perfect for baby showers. So the next 5 people who go to maternitymotivation.com and subscribe, I'll definitely grab your address and I'll send you a copy, because we want to, again, make sure that we're normalizing these conversations. But again, maternitymotivation.com, and I am your Chief Mom Motivator.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Shanda.
Awesome. You can go to Dr. Shanda Corbett. That's DrChanda, as in boy, ETT.com. And you can go there. There's resources that I have there. There are resources that are in the book that have been contributed, but I'm always adding resources. I'm known as a resource queen. And I love to share resources because those are tools. Tools that you can use to help you and to help others. So know that there's definitely resources and in the book, and there's resources dealing with grief, dealing with different populations with grief, but also caregiver resources that are there and other resources that are at my website. So I welcome you there. You can also join my community there. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Chris.
I want to again go back to the school level and just implore upon you to start at that school level with your special ed compliance monitor. If you don't get the satisfaction there, the Office of Specialized Services in any district is going to be the next level. My Instagram handle is Chris Gill 77582. I would be more than happy to walk you through a conversation. We can role play back and forth what that conversation could look like and sound like, so that you can maximize the time that you get in front of those individuals. But I want to again just say you're not alone. The school team wants and is a part of the struggle with you.
Oh, well, ladies, you all are dear to me for different reasons. Two of the 3 of you are my sorors. Shanda and I actually went to high school together, and Chris and I, she is my big sister, and for Delta Sigma Theta, I gave a plug. And then Miss Tamika over here, we have found a connection through books, but we have done a beautiful community workshop event for during Women's History Month.
Yes.
And we will be collaborating more because one thing that I will tell you that has been a theme of tonight in the authors, everyone that was drawn to this project has a heart of servitude, a servant heart. And we're all believers in the Lord Jesus Christ. And we want to give back in whatever way we're called to do it. And I thank each and every one of you for answering the call. And when I first told you all about this book, I told you it was going to be powerful and impactful because I was called to do it. It was an assignment. And I invited many, many people, but you answered the call. So thank you for trusting me. Thank you all for standing by me and standing with me and being part of my journey, because we're in this together now. So I will say, who knows, maybe there will be more to come. I don't think God had us to create it just to do a launch and leave it. I think this is a powerful tool that we need to get the word out and spread more frequently, as often as we are invited to help support people. Okay. Thank you all. I appreciate
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Hey there, parents. Imagine a world where your children can navigate social media with ease and understanding. Let me introduce you to Cason LLC. Formed in 2017, CASIN helps kids safely explore the digital landscape. They focus on social-emotional development, bullying identification, and mental health. CASIN prepares kids for social media readiness. They also cover perseverance, mindset, and video games' effects on the brain. CASIN provides resources for parents to engage in meaningful conversations about internet use. Organizations like Camp Extreme endorse CASIN's platform. CASIN offers support for children with learning differences. Based in Pennsylvania, CASIN's reach is global. Let's embrace this resource and make the online world safer for our kids. With CASIN LLC, the future of internet safety looks brighter than ever.
Dr. Myava Clark, and I help mothers of children with learning differences to build a stronger relationship with their children while helping them keep their kids safe online. Today, I am going to go over 3 steps to keeping kids safe online. Did you know that children with disabilities are 2 to 3 times more likely to be bullied than non-disabled peers? I would like to share my motherhood experience with you. I am the mother of 2 adult children, Chris and Kyra, and both of my children have experienced bullying when they were in school. Fortunately, Kyra learned very quickly how to verbally defend herself, and she was able to get the girls off of her, and it quickly was resolved. However, Chris had some social and emotional struggles, which prevented him from picking up on social cues. Fortunately, my husband, Chris Sr., and I were able to give Chris the tools and resources he needed to build his confidence and to help prevent him from being a victim of bullying. Now, I help parents by providing them with the tools and resources they need to help keep their kids safe online to prevent their children from becoming victims of bullying. So today's agenda, we will go over setting clear boundaries and clear rules and boundaries, using parental controls, and teaching children about privacy. So our objective is to introduce ideas. Our objective is to introduce ideas to keep children safe online and to provide you with some tools that will help protect your children from harmful online content, and to the importance of open communication and dialogue. I don't have a lot of time to be before you tonight, so I will provide you some good tips and value. And at the end, I'm going to offer you how to get my free ebook on the 7 steps to keeping kids safe online. Is that okay with you? So step 1 is to set clear rules and boundaries. Bullying affects students' ability to learn. And children with learning disabilities, they already have challenges and struggles in school that they have to contend with. So when they are bullied, it impacts their ability to learn that much more. I'm going to tell you a story about my son, Chris. When Chris was a teenager, he wanted to get on social media. I believe he was about 14, and he wanted to get a Facebook account. Chris Sr. and I didn't think that was a good idea. We told him that we didn't recommend it, and we thought he needed to wait. Well, Chris didn't listen, and he opened up an account anyway. And to prove to you that he wasn't savvy about social media, I was the first person that he friend requested. So instead of Chris Sr. and me getting upset and angry because we told him not to open an account, we were his friends and we helped him navigate that space. We helped Chris learn what to post and what not to post. We helped him figure out who to friend and who to defriend or unfriend. And it didn't come without some pain, though. During the 2016 election, Chris was expressing his political views and support for President Obama. And because he had befriended people he didn't know in real life, he had befriended some adults that weren't very nice about it. And he was called out of his name, and it was really, really sad to witness him going through this, especially when it was by adults. And it's not enough that you have to navigate as a teenager your peers, but then adult content. So we found a way to help him be safe. And this is very, very important to us and near and dear to our hearts. So we want to help you establish rules about apps, websites, and online activities. There are apps out there that will help you with your children and to set limits and to use the internet safely. But many parents don't even know that they're there, and we want to help you with that. We want to provide that for you. We want you to explain and to your children that although the internet can be very productive, it's full of good content, but they should use it responsibly with caution because there are predators out there. There are not just bullies, there are predators out there that wish to do your children harm, and we want them to be safe. We want you to encourage your children to use respectful behavior online, the same that you would want them to use in person. We want them to know that they need to be respectful online as well. We should set boundaries for your children as they grow. The needs for younger children are different than the needs for teenagers. Younger children may only be on the internet for educational websites or games, whereas teens may need more independence on the internet. So with younger kids, again, they might have these educational apps where for the teenagers, you want to help them by teaching them to limit their time on the internet. And the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization reported that children with learning disabilities are disproportionately bullied and come up against with school violence. So we really need to protect our children. So step 2 is the use of parental controls. Did you know that it is recommended that you start very early with your conversations about parental controls on social media? You want to monitor and restrict access to inappropriate content. There are apps out there that will help you. There are apps that will help you set screen time limits to balance online and offline activities. They will help you to suggest chore time for your children. Like, for example, if you want to give your child chores an incentive might be if you get your chores done, then you'll have this amount of time to spend online. Or if you get all your homework done, then you'll have this amount of time. And there are apps out there that can help set those parameters. And then you have apps that will actually track your child's usage, and they can tell you when someone is in fact trying to bully your child or sending them inappropriate content. So this is really important that you should be aware of these things that are out there. You want to regularly review and update parental controls and settings. Today, in today's world, things are growing quickly. Apps are becoming outdated. New apps are coming out. Security software is being updated, and it's very important for you to go over this and make sure that you are up to date with all of this to make sure your child is being protected as much as possible. And it's important for you to tell your children that you have these parental controls on. I don't think you should sneak and do it because you want them to know that you're doing it for their safety. You want them to know because you love them and you want to protect them that you have these privacy and parental controls in place. Now, kids can get around when they get older, they may be able to take off these parental controls, but there's software out there to let you know that if they do, it will notify you that they did it, and you can put it on or have a conversation with your child. No matter how many parental controls and settings you have in place, none of them replace having conversation and open dialogue with your children. You want to talk to your children about being safe online. You want to talk to them about the internet and make it comfortable, make it easy for them to talk to you. So if they do see something inappropriate or harmful, or if someone approaches them, you want to be the first person that they come to, and they know that they're not going to get in trouble for telling you. You want them to feel safe, so you will be the one that they come to. You want them to know that their most important thing to you is their safety. So step 3 is to teach children about privacy. And we want you to start having this conversation with your children. It's not there. Don't think of them as ever being too young for it. Talk to them about privacy. Explain why their personal information like names and addresses and password must be remain private, especially when they're online. And also, are you aware that online, when you post a picture, if you don't have a setting turned off in your phone, that it will share the location of your picture where you took the picture? So you want to make sure that your children aren't posting pictures that have their location on it where someone can track them down. And if someone wanted to do your child harm and they saw their picture online and the locations were available to them, then do you know that they could stalk out your child? They can go to where that picture was taken and just monitor that area and see when your child comes and goes or whatever. And we definitely don't want that. We want your children to be safe. You want to teach kids how to, as they become teenagers, you want to teach them how to adjust the privacy settings on apps and different platforms so they too can remain safe. You want to encourage regular checks of settings for security updates. This is extremely important. And I want to read this quote to you. Joseph Cantanesi, a special reporter on the right to privacy, said, quote, "Parents have a role to play in protecting their children's right to privacy, but it is not up to them, only up to them. States must safeguard children's rights by establishing appropriate practices and laws, and also ensuring information is available to children themselves on exercising their rights." So again, open dialogue about online experiences is extremely important. And it is equally as important to share some real life examples of privacy breaches to make the topic more relatable. And let them know about their digital footprint. What they post online is there forever. It's not going anywhere. And that can impact the college they want to get into. It can impact the job that they desire when human resources or the admissions at a college go and check their social media page and they see these inappropriate postings that could prevent them from getting into the college of their choice or the job of their choice. And we don't want that. And we've seen things like that in the media. So it's important to share that with your children. And this is a picture of what Chris looked like when he was in school, when he was in that vulnerable phase of not picking up on the social cues and everything, when he was at that tender spot where he was being a victim of bullying. And then with the help of my husband and me, we were able to give him the tools and resources that he needed to help him become appropriate online. We were able to help him gain the confidence that you see on the right. In conclusion, a safer online world requires us to combine the rules, parental controls, and privacy education to protect our children. We must also keep open communication and lead by example with our own positive, healthy social media habits. It's very important. How many of you found value in this information that I shared today? As promised, I am offering you my free ebook on the 7 steps to keeping kids safe online. In this book, you will not only get the details of what I went over today, but you will get the additional 4 steps on how to keep your children safe online. And to get this free ebook, all you need to do is go to the overwhelmedparentsguide.com/ebook. Again, that's the overwhelmedparentsguide.com/ebook and get your free book. So I want to thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. And thank you for caring about the children in your life and wanting to do all that you can do to help keep them safe online and to protect them from being victims of bullying. So if you want to contact me, you can contact me at www.casonllc.com. Again, my website is www.casonllc.com. That's CASENLLC.com, CASENLLC.com, or email me at casonllc llc@gmail.com. llc@gmail.com. Thank you and have a fantastic day.
Hey there, parents. Imagine a world where your children can navigate social media with ease and understanding. Let me introduce you to Cason LLC. Formed in 2017, Cason helps kids safely explore the digital landscape. They focus on social-emotional development, bullying identification, and mental health. Cason prepares kids for social media readiness. They also cover perseverance, mindset, and video games' effects on the brain. Cason provides resources for parents to engage in meaningful conversations about internet use. Organizations like Camp Extreme endorse Cason's platform. Cason offers support for children with learning differences. Based in Pennsylvania, Cason's reach is global. Let's embrace this resource and make the online world safer for our kids. With Cason LLC, the future of internet safety looks brighter than ever.
All right, everybody. Well, listen, I want to make sure that we close this out strong. We're going to bring back on Dr. Myava. Y'all go ahead and drop the comments in the chat. Another thing I just want to stress to everybody, just such an incredible book, such an incredible project. But this is not, like Dr. Myava said, this is not the last time that you guys are going to hear from them. And so make sure that you guys go to the overwhelmedparentsguide.com today. Go ahead and submit your information so that you can hear about all the great things that Dr. Myava has. Well, y'all, let's give it up for the lady of the hour, none other than Dr. Myava. Let's bring her up on the stage. Hello, Dr. Myava. Well, first of all, let me just tell you, your keynote was powerful and your training was incredible. You know, excuse me, Dr. Myava, but as an auntie, so I'm an auntie, and a lot of times you just don't think about just even the small things like what you shared as far as just creating a social media account and how adults that have no idea who they're talking to, because yes, it's a lot of people on social media that always want to give their opinion to people that they have no clue who they're talking to, what challenges, what things they're going through. And so that was like, wow, it made me even think like, man, I wonder, have I ever been in communication or maybe even in a disagreement with someone and not even understanding exactly who I'm talking to, right? And so it makes us be a little bit more aware, even for us that are on the side of not even having children, regardless of what their abilities or disabilities are. So your training was powerful. And I know that everybody, you might as well just, everybody that's registered, I would just say shoot them your ebook because they all are registered. You had a lot of people that registered. Is there anything else you wanted to add? And I'm going to throw up some of these comments in the chat.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. I want to give you a shout out because I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you with this book. I was invited to be a part of He Guided Me Through the Storm, and that's how I was introduced to you. And you have such a servant heart. You are such a giver of your knowledge, your time, and everything. So I've said this to you privately, but I'm publicly saying thank you for all that you've done. The training and things that I received from you have been second to none. And you're stuck with me for a little longer. And I'm just grateful. And I just want to show everybody again our book. It is a nice read. It's easy to, it's just a really nice, and I think I love my cover.
You constructed it because you created it. You literally created it yourself.
I love it, and I prayed about it, and this is what I came up with. But I just want to say to the viewers before we leave and before we close that I have been blessed to have written another book, and it will be coming out shortly. But it is Levels of Faith. Faith for one season may be different than faith for another season. And it also has a workbook. So if you find yourself wanting to navigate the space of faith and wondering where you are on this journey, then perhaps I may be able to help assist you by being transparent in my journey, and with the workbook can help you journal your process. So without further ado, I want to say thank you again, and we are going to give you our final giveaway for the evening. So Miss Taria Avant, if you will come back, I'd
Yes,
appreciate it.
darling.
So
Absolutely. Okay,
I
so
was
what
told,
are we, huh?
right, I was told that the Amazon gift card was so hot that I should do a second Amazon gift card. So that's
Ooh,
what we are
okay.
doing today. We have another $25 Amazon gift card.
Nice, nice. And make sure if your name was selected, we want to know that you were here. You got to make sure to fill
Yeah.
out right here. Let me put this right here on the screen again. The overwhelmedparentsguide.com/here. So if your name is selected, this is another 25. I could tell you something. You could do a whole lot with $25 on Amazon. Right now, they got a lot of sales going on. They got percentages off of everything. Okay. Just don't get no book on Amazon. You get your book directly from the author. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and see who has won. Let's go.
And it can't be an author.
Let's see. Sharina Allen, congratulations to you. You have won. And
Congratulations.
as you can see, Dr. Mayva, you had a lot of people that registered for this conference. You had a lot of people. And so for those of you guys, maybe you're coming in on the tail end or whatever it may be, we will make this available so that you can check out the replay. Again, congratulations to you, Dr. Mayva. Like you said, yes, this is not the last. We've got so much more to do, so many more people to impact. I love you. I appreciate you. And
Likewise.
shout out to everybody else, those that weren't even able to make it. You know, we definitely we're happy that you guys are part of it, even if we were not able to get you on live. Dr. Myava, well,
Yes.
this is just the first, but I see some more on your
Yes.
future. Yes, yes.
Yes. And I'm grateful. And some people had technical difficulty and wasn't on tonight, but prayerfully we can do it again and you'll have an opportunity to share. So thank you
Absolutely.
all. Have a wonderful night. And until the next time, God bless.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.